Hi everyone and welcome back to Small Bites. In today's video, I want to tell you that you don't have to come out. Now it's been Pride season and we're doing the Summer of Pride all month. Nope, we're doing the Summer of Pride all summer long here at The Gracious Mind. And I know that for people who are exploring identity or aren't really feeling sure yet, or maybe even are completely sure, that seeing other people being out and celebrating and feeling proud may make you feel worse. If you're not out and you don't feel proud and this doesn't feel good to you, it can be really tough. So this video is for you. The first thing that I want to tell you is you don't have to come out. Your identity, your body, your beliefs, your values, all of those things belong to you. You have a right to privacy. Sometimes I hear people tell me that their process of not coming out feels like a secret, and secret kind of has a shame connotation to it. So I want to change that language for you. Rather than thinking of your identity as a secret, think of it as private. You have a right to privacy, and if you want your identity to be private, go for it. It doesn't make you any less queer. There are lots of reasons people don't come out publicly. That might be safety, that might be access to resources, that might be not having role models or people around you or not having the language to do it. It may be about your community values or your family or the people around you and how they might react. There's many reasons. All of them are perfectly valid and perfectly reasonable. You also may find it hard to come out if you're still in the process of exploring. Identities don't just appear in our lives and we suddenly know exactly who we are. Whatever your identities are, you probably know that you've had to process through them and think through them and challenge what's been handed to you in terms of assumptions or values. So you probably already know that growing and developing as a human is a process. If you are in the process of coming to understand your sexual identity or your gender identity, sometimes Pride season can make you feel like you need to hurry up and figure it out so that you know, so that you can wear a rainbow and so that everybody else will know. And that's just not accurate. If you're struggling to come out, you may also be feeling some dissonance inside. You may be feeling like you're pulled one direction and other values or other ideas or other beliefs that you have may be pulling you in a different direction. That being pulled in different directions is very uncomfortable and can cause a lot of distress. That is a tough thing to feel. It is really difficult to get used to that kind of feeling because it's, hungry to get resolved for you to figure things out. But I want to encourage you to continue the process of exploring your values and exploring those ideas rather than feeling like you have to decide. One of the reasons that I don't like the phrase coming out of the closet is that implies that there's an in and there's an out. And it is just not that black and white. It is not that binary. For one thing, we know that sexuality and sexual identity is fluid. It changes over the lifespan. The things that you're attracted to, the things that fulfill you relationally and sexually may not be what fulfills you later in life. If you feel like you have to be in this category or this category, when you start to shift or when you find your life being more fluid, it's going to continue to feel really uncomfortable. So again, rather than thinking of it as in the closet, out of the closet, secret, public knowledge. Instead, think of it just as an open field. You're exploring. Who knows where it's going to go? And it doesn't matter. There's not a right and wrong way to do it. There's not an in and out. It's just a process. So if you're working on coming out, if you're exploring that, I want to say to you, you are okay where you are. You are so complex and so nuanced. You contain multitudes inside you. So the expectation that you should suddenly know or be able to go through this process is not fair to you and it's not real. So I want to tell you, wherever you are fine and you are okay. If you are suffering, if you're feeling distress, if you're feeling that dissonance and it's uncomfortable, really want to encourage you to get some support from a therapist or a counselor who is competent in queer issues. Sometimes we go to therapists, right, and they don't know anything about the queer community. Maybe they say they're fine with queerness, but that's different from knowing about the culture and the community. And also sometimes therapists can be jerks and can tell you wrong things and can make you feel worse. So if you're trying to find a therapist, make sure that you're finding somebody who is queer affirming and queer competent. If you don't have access to mental health care, please consider looking online for some of the online resources, virtual counseling, those kinds of things as well. And if not therapy, maybe that means joining a support group, finding a trusted friend, reading books, listening to podcasts, getting some support. If you're struggling with coming out, it might feel like a bunch of ping pong balls inside you. You might have all this stuff inside you and it feels really hard to hold. But we know research is very clear that when you give voice to those things, when you bring that out with somebody you trust, the relief is really profound. So I wish you a wonderful Pride season, not because you need to be out and proud, but because whoever you are fantastic and I am proud of you. So we like to end these videos with questions. And my question for you is, how was your coming out process if you have gone through that process? Did you find that it was instant and you knew? Did you find that it took time, that it shifted? How was that for you? And similarly, if you're not queer identified, think about something in your life that other people have disagreed with and you've had to come to terms with that. Maybe that's religion, maybe that's how you parent, or it could be all kinds of things. But think about what it's like to go through a process rather than just having to know something. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time here at Small Bites.